3 ways you can improve your productivity. Guys, listen, it's Dami from Clientele Boosters. I want to give you 3 ways that you can improve your productivity that are virtually free. Now, the first way you can do this is by tracking your productivity. Now, what do they say? What you don't track, you don't manage. Or what you don't manage, you don't track, vice versa. The mistake a lot of people make is they have the suspicion, or they think, or they seem to feel that, okay, I'm a night person, I'm a morning person. How about you stop thinking and feeling? You actually track it all. I have this app that actually tracks when I'm sleep talking, when I'm snoring, and how long I sleep for, and also the different types of sleep that I get. REM sleep, deep sleep, light sleep, right? I'm a very light sleeper. I'm the type of person that, if my parents woke up, or if my friend woke up, or if my brother woke up in the middle of the night, and, they go downstairs to, get a cup of water, I'm probably going to hear it. Will I still be sleeping, or at least thinking I'm sleeping? Yes, but I can still hear that. So what I did is I started tracking my productivity. And what I found very quickly is that I am the most productive, typically in the morning. So what I do is, by the time, and this is contrary to a lot of popular entrepreneurial advice, by the time it hits around 6 p.m., at least Monday to Thursday, I just pretty much don't do any work. And it's not because I can't work more. I'm 24 now. When I was 20, 21, I would work pretty much all throughout the day, 16 hours, 17 hours, 18 hours. But what I would find is that there would be a drop off in my productivity. So what I found is I now put the gym at night. So by the time it's 5, maybe 6 p.m., 6:30, I'm in the gym, making sure that that's the last intensive task that I do for the day. I prep my day for the next day. I shower, I eat, I go to bed. And I try to go to bed anywhere between 8 to 9, 9:30 p.m. Sometimes it's a bit later, but oftentimes it's later, but that's the aim, right? And that's so I can maximize my productivity, because I know if I get up at 4, 5, 5:30 a.m. and Dami Okadawa, I'm working from 5 to 10 a.m., that is a much more efficient 5 to 10 a.m. than most people's 5 to 10 a.m. That 5 hours could equate to someone's 2 days worth of work in terms of deep work, right? So tracking productivity is very important, so you can actually know what your patterns are and play towards them, which actually increases your output with more efficient input, right? So think of the fulcrum swing, right? If you've got a swing here and you've got a lot of weight and it tips like this, well, that's perfect. That's a much more efficient way to catapult the thing on the other side of the fulcrum, compared to you just trying to, go. But you're actually not adding any leverage to the fulcrum. You want to add leverage to the fulcrum. Now, the second thing that you can do to add leverage to the fulcrum is having good sleep. And I've learned this a lot from reading books, Ty Lopez, and other bunch of smart people. But there's a lot of science on this. A lot of people that I respect. Guys, the better your sleep, usually the better the decisions that you'll actually make are. And it sounds really simple, and it took me a long time to learn this. Again, at 2021, I was not doing this. There was times when I would nap in between days. Yes, as bad as it sounds. I'm talking I wanted to work 4 or 5 days in a row, work, burn out, 2 days in a row, no sleep. I'm going to take a nap, 45-minute nap. Work, 1 hour nap, work. And I would do that for 3-4 days. Terrible. I messed up my health for a part of that period of time, because I pushed myself so hard, right? Now what I do, even if I have a late night, even if I have a late, end to the week or a late day, even if it means I get to do less in the morning, I, for the most part, will still try to prioritize my sleep, even though I'm a bit younger, 24. And the reason for that is because I know that as a leader, my biggest, again, leveraged skill set is my ability to, yes, sell at this stage still, but it's also to make really good quality decisions. So if my decision-making is impaired, then there's actually going to affect my productivity, and it's actually going to lead to a less great outcome for my company, which is what I don't want. Okay? So what I do is I make sure I have good sleep, and good sleep for me is going to probably be different for you. Really good sleep for me is 8.5 hours. But I'll typically end up getting, in terms of actual sleep, between 6.5 to 7.5 hours. But that's tremendously better than what I was getting when I was much younger. In my late teens and early 20s, my sleep was terrible. I was sleep deprived, I truly believe, from 18 to 22, I was pretty much sleep deprived for the majority of those 3-4 years, genuinely. And I've seen my decision-making just improve and skyrocket as a result of good sleep. Now, the third thing is putting your phone on Do Not Disturb. Again, sounds really, really simple, but how many people actually do this? And I'm talking about putting your phone on Do Not Disturb when you actually are working. So for me, when I'm doing that deep work in the early morning, my phone is on. I wake up to my phone being on Do Not Disturb. I have my alarms going off, it's going off, whatever. I wake up, I shower, I refresh, I brush my teeth, etc. I go downstairs and I start working. And my phone is pretty much on Do Not Disturb till about 10, 11 a.m. I can still check notifications, I can just log into the app manually, but to be honest, guys, for 90% of the week, my phone's on Do Not Disturb. If I'm going to be honest with you, even when I'm out with my friends, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. If it's urgent, people know they can call me twice and that'll break through the Do Not Disturb. I think that's a little hack for you guys. But, once I got in the habit of having my phone on Do Not Disturb, it actually just made my life easier in a variety of spectrums, and I've stuck with it since. And it just allows me to be more focused and less tempted by, the everlasting notifications that are going to come from different apps throughout your working day. So these three things, guys, have made a massive difference to my productivity and are going to help you be way more productive. Track your productivity, figure out what works for you, get a lot of good sleep, and put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Now, if you like this kind of content, guys, please like this. And if you think a friend can benefit from this, please share this with a friend. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, think mega and make sure you integrate these three things. And I'll see you on the other side. Peace.